Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. A few months ago I was rummaging around on YouTube on my TV when I came up with this video.
He's back. He's back!
Yeah, one of the greatest animated villains of all time is coming back this Christmas. On the 6th of June 2024, Aardman and Wallace & Gromit fans jumped for joy with the first teaser trailer for the upcoming Wallace & Gromit film, Vengeance Most Foul, which revealed Feathers McGraw from the Von Trousers to be the main villain of the film. Now I've gone into great detail about Feathers McGraw in that Villains File video I did a few years ago, so I'll try not to repeat anything that I'd already said then. Feathers McGraw may appear as a harmless, if slightly unnerving individual, yet his sharpened mind more than compensates his small size and lack of physical strength. He is contemptuous, suave, manipulative, and pragmatic. He is able to access others quickly to get into their heads and can manipulate them to enable daunting circumstances to come out in his favour. He tends to keep his wits about him and maintain his concentration when performing elaborate tasks, even during intense episodes of anxiety and rage. He never allows his emotions to hinder his steady deliberation or to cloud his judgment. He clearly possesses some sociopathic traits, as he has no problems taking hostages or attempting to pistol down at anyone he perceives as a thorn in his side. His technical prowess is fairly impressive, as he was able to manipulate the Techno Trousers with a remote control, and his intelligence is almost parallel to Gromit's. As a nearly flawless tactician, it takes an experienced genius to outwit and subdue him. He made his first appearance in the 1993 film The Von Trousers as a guest at Wallace & Gromit's house, having been attracted by the Room for Rent sign. He is easily able to get on Wallace's good side and Gromit's bad side, making him feel bitter and rejected and forcing him to leave the house. Feathers modified Gromit's biggest birthday present, the Techno Trousers, for his own purposes, getting Wallace stuck inside the trousers and forcing him to help Feathers steal a diamond from the museum. All this led to a train chase in Wallace & Gromit's household on the model train set, leading to his capture, and he was arrested and imprisoned in a zoo. Despite only having one major appearance in the Wallace & Gromit franchise up to this point, Feathers McGraw became one of the most iconic parts of the franchise. Feathers made a handful of appearances after his first appearance in the Von Trousers. In the 1995 short film Her Close Shave, when he's imprisoned, Gromit is reading a book with the spine indicating that it is a Penguin classic, with a picture of Feathers on the spine, as well as some graffiti on the wall saying Feathers was here, indicating that this was the same prison cell that Feathers must have been in at the end of the Von Trousers, or presumably a prison he'd been in prior to the Von Trousers. And in the scene where Gromit plunges off the 2,000-foot cliff in his sidecar, a figure like Feathers can be seen in the cliff sides. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but if you look very carefully you could definitely tell it's Feathers. Feathers famously appeared in a TV program in an episode of Cracking Contraptions named The Telescope, called When Penguins Turn, so we can assume that this was intended to be a documentary on how Feathers McGraw turned to a life of crime. He also makes a cameo appearance in the 2005 film The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, where he could be seen randomly sitting on a building to Gromit's left at Tottenham Hall. He also made a major appearance in the video game Project Zoo, where he attempts to take over the zoo in order to create a diamond mine. Feathers captures baby animals in order to force their parents to do his bidding. He uses remote controls to control many of his inventions, including his boiler, helicopter, toy penguins, and mining machine. In the final level of the game, Feathers uses an invention called the exoskeleton, which fires missiles and wields buzzsaws. In the game's conclusion, Feathers is defeated, yet he still tries to make one last escape. However, when he exits from his hideout to leave the zoo, the other zoo animals recapture him and take him back to the prison cell. When the 2008 film A Matter of Life and Death came out, it was indicated that he had escaped from prison yet again, due to a ladder and a new wanted poster, in addition to two penguins of his kind can be briefly seen in the background as Pia the Bakewell lands in a crocodile enclosure and is eaten. He even makes a couple of appearances outside of Wallace & Gromit, as a photo of Feathers is seen in the Shaun the Sheep movie on the board where A. Trumper keeps photos of all the animals he has captured, which hints that Trumper has come across Feathers McGraw at least once in his lifetime. In the Aardman movie Early Man, there is a drawing of Feathers wearing his signature glove at the end credits of the movie. And at the end of the 2023 movie Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget, Feathers can be briefly seen in the background in his chicken disguise when the chickens prepare to break into a farm, which have captured several chickens and put them in cages. After they prepare to strike, however, Feathers proceeds to hide, likely to evade being recognised by the farmers. He also made some brief appearances in the 90s animated series Reboot, where he's seen randomly wandering about the streets of Mainframe. Yeah, Feathers was so iconic that he made appearances outside of Wallace and Gromit. It's crazy. After having several cameos in the Wallace and Gromit franchise after his initial appearance in the Von Trousers, it was only a matter of time before we got a big return in a future film. The upcoming film Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul sees Feathers McGraw return as the main villain. Now this got me super hyped because Feathers McGraw is my favourite Wallace and Gromit villain in the whole franchise. So it's quite a joy to hear that he's coming back for another film. Most we know from this film is Feathers McGraw as the main villain and the plot, which is, and I quote, Gromit's concern that Wallace is becoming too dependent on his inventions proves justified when Wallace invents a smart gnome that seems to develop an evil mind of its own. When it emerges that a vengeful figure from the past might be masterminding things, it falls to Gromit to battle the sinister forces and save his master. If he fails, Wallace may never be able to invent again. And it makes sense to bring Feathers McGraw back for two main reasons. Mainly because of the plot with robotic gnomes, seeing that Feathers would know how to mingle with Wallace's technology. It makes sense that Feathers McGraw would be behind the evil robotic gnomes thing, since he modified the techno trousers back in the Von Trousers to suit his evil deeds. So it's a no-brainer that he'd be able to modify robotic gnomes to serve his evil purposes as well. So it's already established that Feathers McGraw will be back to seek revenge on Wallace and Gromit in the movie. And it was also announced that Peter Kay is going to return to play PC Albert McIntosh, who is now promoted to Chief Inspector. This is another highlight for Wallace and Gromit fans because PC McIntosh hadn't been seen since The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. And the icing on the cake is the fact that his original actor Peter Kay is coming back to voice him as well. So that's two major returns for the upcoming Wallace and Gromit movie. And the fact that it's been over 30 years since the Von Trousers first broadcast on TV. So it seems like the right time to bring Feathers back. A third reason why it makes sense to bring Feathers McGraw back for the next Wallace and Gromit film is because he's one of the most iconic parts of the franchise, having tons of merchandise of him sold through the Gromit Unleashed shop, and being part of the Gromit Unleashed 2 trail back in 2018, where several sculptures of Wallace Gromit and Feathers McGraw were planted all along the city of Bristol. And I was lucky enough to take the time off in the summer to look for all these models, and I managed to find every single one of the characters. So it's needless to say that Feathers McGraw is really popular among the Wallace and Gromit fanbase. How his big return fares out in the upcoming film Vengeance Most Foul, we're going to have to wait and see. But it's needless to say that it's going to be awesome whatever way. I for one am really looking forward to seeing Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul come out this Christmas, as I'm really hyped to see the return of Feathers McGraw, one of the best villains in the Wallace and Gromit franchise. And with Marvin's ability to deliver on fun films in their years, I have every bit of confidence that this is going to be a film that's worth waiting for. Just to see the return of Feathers McGraw, one of the greatest villains that Aardman has to offer. I'm Dalek44, and I'll see you next time, folks. Months ago I was running